The alarm blared through the North Pole Command Center. Red lights flashed across the snow-white walls. Elf technicians rushed between monitoring stations, their green uniforms blurring as they moved. "Unknown craft detected," shouted Jingle, the head of security. He pointed at the main screen, where a dark shape hovered above Santa's workshop. "Nothing in our database matches this signature." Colonel Frank Miller stood in the doorway, snow still melting off his military jacket. The Pentagon had pulled him from retirement just 3 hours ago. His weathered face showed the strain of the emergency flight to the pole. "When did it appear?" Miller asked, his voice rough from years of giving orders in combat zones. 20 minutes ago. No warning. Our sensors barely picked it up." Jingle tapped commands into his console. The screen zoomed in on the craft. It was smooth, dark, and shaped like nothing Miller had ever seen in his 30 years of military service. "Where's Santa now?" Miller scanned the room for the familiar red suit. The elves exchanged worried glances. Jingle pulled up security footage on a side screen. The timestamp showed 0:12, just after midnight. Santa walked through rows of toys, checking his list. A blue light suddenly filled the workshop. Santa looked up, surprise on his face. Then he vanished. "Play it again," Miller ordered. He leaned closer, studying every detail. "Freeze there. What's that?" In the corner of the frame, a small device clung to the workshop wall. It pulsed with the same blue light that had taken Santa. "Surveillance tech," Miller said. "Advanced." Search the entire complex. Teams of elf security guards swept through the workshop. They found 17 more devices hidden throughout the buildings. Each one was small, spider-like, and emitted faint energy readings. Miller's secure phone buzzed. The caller ID showed Pentagon Command. "Miller here. Colonel, we're seeing unprecedented drops in global joy levels," said General Hayes. "Christmas monitoring stations in every major city are reporting the same pattern. It's like someone turned off the world's happiness. They took Santa, sir." Silence on the line. "Then, we're activating the holiday defense protocol. Full resources at your disposal. Whatever you need." Miller hadn't heard those words since the Easter crisis of 2018. The memory of chocolate-covered combat still haunted him. A young elf burst into the command center. "Sir, the president is on the emergency line." Miller took the call. The president's voice was tight with stress. "Colonel, our satellites tracked the alien vessel. It's heading to the dark side of the moon. Intelligence suggests these beings feed on emotional energy. They're called joyivores." "Why take Santa?" Miller asked. "Think about it, Colonel. What generates more joy than Christmas? Santa is the battery they need to power something big." The main screen suddenly flickered. A face appeared, gray-skinned with large black eyes. Its voice sounded like metal scraping on glass. "Humans of Earth, we have taken your joy maker. Christmas is canceled. Your emotional energy will fuel our conquest. Resistance is pointless." The transmission cut off. The command center fell silent. Miller looked at the worried faces around him. "I need a team. Holiday specialists and the best fighters we have. And I need them now." Outside the window, the northern lights dimmed, as if the sky itself felt the loss of Santa Claus. Miller stood in the war room beneath the North Pole. Military satellites projected live feeds onto the curved wall screens. The dark side of the moon filled the main display. A structure glowed faintly against the gray landscape. "That's their base," Miller pointed. Satellite thermal imaging shows heavy activity inside. 6 people sat around the metal table. Each wore the patch of the Holiday Defense Force, a shield with symbols of all major celebrations. They looked tired, worried, ready. "The joyivores have been studying us for years," said Dr. Winters, the teen scientist. She pushed her glasses up. "They feed on emotional energy. Christmas generates more joy than any other human event. So they took Santa to eat him?" asked Sergeant Bell, a Marine with scars across his face. "Worse," Dr. Winters tapped her tablet. A new image appeared on screen. A massive weapon taking shape on the lunar surface. They're using him as a battery. Santa's joy powers their weapon. Miller paced the room. The floor hummed with the underground generators. This weapon, what does it do? It targets the emotional centers of the human brain. They could make Earth feel whatever they want. Fear, anger, despair. The room fell silent. The implications were clear. We have 24 hours until Christmas Eve, Miller said. We move now. Alarms blared suddenly. Red lights flashed. Everyone jumped to their feet. Global joy levels dropping faster, shouted an elf technician from a monitoring station. Cities reporting riots. People fighting in stores. Children crying worldwide. They've started, Miller said. Prep the ship. The team rushed through metal corridors to the launch bay. A sleek spacecraft waited, shaped like a sleigh, but built with military-grade armor. Its engines glowed with strange blue light. Quantum reindeer propulsion, explained Pepper, the elf engineer. She wore oil-stained overalls and carried a toolbox. Fastest thing we've got. Runs on belief energy. Will it get us to the moon? Miller asked. If we believe it will. Pepper didn't smile. The team boarded quickly. The bay doors opened above them, revealing the night sky. Miller took the pilot's seat. His hands shook slightly as he gripped the controls. Launch in 10 seconds, announced the computer. Dr. Winters studied data on her screen. Colonel, I'm detecting something strange in Santa's energy signature. It keeps regenerating despite what they're doing to him. What does that mean? I don't know. But the aliens can't seem to fully drain him. The engines roared. The ship lifted off the ground. G-forces pushed them back into their seats as they shot upward through the bay doors. Earth fell away below them. The moon grew larger in the view screen. Miller set course for the dark side. Weapon systems online, reported Sergeant Bell. But these aren't normal guns. What are candy cane grenades? North Pole Tech, Pepper said. Don't underestimate them. A warning light flashed on the console. Miller tensed. Incoming transmission, said the computer. The screen flickered. The alien commander appeared. Its skin was gray. Its eyes were black pools. Humans, it said. Your rescue attempt is pointless. We have studied your Santa. We know his secret now. What secret? Miller demanded. The alien's mouth stretched in what might have been a smile. Christmas isn't about him. It's about connection. And that connection is the key to controlling your entire species. Behind the alien, Miller caught a glimpse of Santa strapped to a machine. Energy pulsed from his body into tubes that fed the massive weapon. You're too late, the alien said. Our fleet approaches Earth now. By Christmas morning, humanity will be ours. The transmission cut off. The ship's sensors began to wail. Multiple contacts, shouted Bell. Hundreds of them. Coming from behind the moon. Miller stared at the radar screen. An invasion fleet was heading toward Earth. The sleigh ship landed in a crater half a mile from the alien base. Miller cut the engines. Darkness surrounded them. Suits on, he ordered. Remember the plan. The team pulled on special armor designed to mask their emotional signatures. The helmets were shaped like holiday spirit masks. Reindeer, elves, snowmen. Perfect disguises. These will hide us from their sensors, Pepper explained as she checked everyone's ear. They'll read us as captured holiday spirits. They moved across the lunar surface in low gravity jumps. The alien base loomed ahead, a massive structure of dark metal with pulsing blue lights. Guard towers scanned the gray landscape. Stay low, Miller whispered through the com. Bell, you're on point. Bell led them to a service entrance. Pepper connected her tablet to the door panel. Numbers flashed across her screen. Their security is complex, she muttered. But not complex enough. The door slid open. They slipped inside. The interior was cold. Metal walls curved overhead. Blue energy lines ran along the floor, pulsing with stolen joy. The team followed the brightest lines deeper into the base. Energy readings getting stronger, Dr. Winters said, checking her scanner. Santa's this way. They passed alien workers, tall gray beings with thin limbs and large heads. None looked twice at the disguised team. The holiday spirit masks worked. A massive chamber opened before them. In the center stood a machine like nothing they'd seen before. Santa was strapped to it, tubes connected to his body. His red suit was torn. His beard was dull. But his eyes still held a spark. "Look at the readings," an alien scientist said to another. "His joy regenerates no matter how much we extract." "Impossible," said the second alien. "No being can produce endless emotional energy. This one does. The humans call it Christmas spirit. We still don't understand it." Miller signaled the team to spread out around the room. They took positions behind equipment and support columns. "On my mark," he whispered. The main doors slid open. The alien commander entered, flanked by guards. It approached Santa. "Your humans attempt to rescue you," it said. "They don't know we've studied Earth for centuries. We know your weakness." Santa looked up weakly. "What weakness?" "Hope. You give them hope. But hope makes them vulnerable. When we crush it, they will break." "You're wrong," Santa said. His voice was tired but firm. "Christmas isn't about me." The alien commander leaned closer. "Explain." "I'm just a symbol. Christmas is about connection between people. The joy you're stealing comes from that connection." Miller tensed, ready to give the signal. But the alien's next words stopped him. "We know. That's why we built the weapon. It doesn't just steal joy. It severs connections. Once activated, humans will never feel connected again." Dr. Winters gasped. The sound echoed in the chamber. The alien commander spun around. "Intruders." Miller had no choice. Now, the team threw off their disguises. Bell fired first, his weapon launching a candy cane grenade that exploded in bright red light. Alarms blared throughout the base. Santa saw Miller through the chaos. "Colonel, the fleet. They're targeting Earth's emotional field." "What does that mean?" Miller shouted as he fired at approaching guards. "If they activate the weapon, humanity will turn on itself. No trust, no love, no hope. Earth will destroy itself without the aliens firing a single shot." A massive screen on the wall lit up. It showed the alien fleet approaching Earth. A countdown appeared. 6 hours to weapon activation. "Christmas Eve," Santa said weakly. "They'll do it on Christmas Eve." Chaos erupted in the chamber. Alien guards fired blue energy weapons. The team took cover behind equipment. "Get Santa," Miller shouted. He fired back, his weapon launching bright projectiles that exploded on impact. Belle and Pepper rushed to the machine holding Santa. Pepper's fingers flew over the control panel. "It's locked down," she yelled. "I need time." "We don't have time." Belle fired at approaching guards. The candy cane grenades left sticky red residue that trapped several aliens. Dr. Winters slid across the floor to reach them. The extraction tubes. Cut them. Belle pulled out a combat knife and slashed the tubes connected to Santa. Blue energy sprayed across the room. Alarms wailed louder. "Base security breach. All units respond." The announcement echoed through the facility. Miller joined them, firing backward as he moved. "Status?" "Santa's free but weak," Dr. Winters said. She helped the old man stand. His legs shook. "We need to move," Miller ordered. "Back to the ship, now." They ran through metallic corridors. Red emergency lights flashed. Alien guards appeared at every intersection. Belle threw tinsel traps that expanded into glittering nets, catching their pursuers. "This way." Pepper pointed to a maintenance shaft. They climbed inside just as a squad of guards rushed past. Santa leaned against the wall, breathing hard. "Colonel, listen carefully. Christmas spirit isn't just a feeling. It's Earth's natural defense system. Against what? Miller asked. Emotional manipulation. Humans developed it over centuries. The connection between people during Christmas creates a protective field around Earth. A screen on the wall showed news feeds from Earth. People fought in streets. Children cried. Families argued. They've already started, Santa said. The joy-draining field is affecting Earth. How do we stop it? Miller checked his weapon. 3 shots left. I need to connect to Earth's broadcast networks. Send a message to every child. From here? Dr. Winters looked doubtful. No. Santa pointed to the screen showing the alien fleet. From your ship. We need to get back to Earth. They moved through the maintenance shafts. The base rumbled around them. Ahead, a hatch led outside. Almost there, Miller said. The hatch exploded inward. The alien commander stood there, flanked by elite guards. Humans, it hissed. You don't understand what you face. Miller fired his last shots. The guards fell, but the commander remained standing. Your emotions make you weak, it said. We studied your wars, your conflicts. Humans destroy each other over feelings. You're wrong, Santa stepped forward. Despite his weakness, he stood tall. Our emotions are our strength, the commander laughed. Then why do you fight each other? Why is there hatred? Fear? Because we're human, Miller said. Flawed, imperfect. But we keep trying. Bell threw his last grenade. The explosion created a cloud of red smoke. The team ran past the stunned commander, out onto the lunar surface. Their ship waited in the crater. They sprinted toward it, bounding in the low gravity. They're behind us. Pepper shouted. Energy blasts hit the ground around them. One struck Bell in the leg. He stumbled. Miller turned back. Bell, go! Bell fired his weapon, covering them. Get Santa to Earth. Miller hesitated, then grabbed Santa's arm. They reached the ship. Engines fired up. As they lifted off, Miller saw Bell surrounded by aliens. The sergeant gave one final salute before the aliens overwhelmed him. The ship shot away from the moon. Earth grew larger in the view screen, but something was wrong. A dark cloud seemed to surround the planet. The joy-draining field, Santa said. It's covering Earth. On the screens, reports showed global unrest. Governments collapsed. Riots spread. The Christmas spirit was dying. Santa placed his hand on the communication panel. Get me connected to every broadcast system on Earth. What are you going to do? Miller asked. Something the aliens fear more than anything, Santa said. I'm going to ask children to believe. The ship broke through Earth's atmosphere. Fire streaked past the windows. Warning lights flashed across the control panel. Broadcast systems online, Pepper said. Her fingers flew across the controls. Every TV, radio, phone, and computer on Earth will receive this. Santa stood before the camera. His suit was torn. His beard was dirty. But his eyes burned with determination. Children of Earth, he began. This is Santa Claus. I need your help. Screens around the ship showed his message spreading worldwide. Children stopped fighting. Parents looked up from arguments. The world feels dark right now. You feel angry, scared, but that's not real. Something is stealing our joy. Miller watched the radar. The alien fleet surrounded Earth, their weapons powered up. Colonel, Dr. Winters called from her station. Energy readings from the mothership are spiking. They're activating the weapon, Miller said. Santa, we're out of time. Santa nodded but continued. I need you to believe, not just in me. In each other, in kindness, in hope. Close your eyes. Think of someone you love. Hold that feeling tight. The ship shook as alien fighters attacked. Metal panels tore loose. Sparks flew from damaged systems. Shields failing, Pepper reported. We can't take much more. On the screens, children across the world closed their eyes. Parents joined hands. Strangers helped each other stand. "It's working," Dr. Winters said. Her scanner showed energy levels rising. "The joy-draining field is weakening." Santa's voice grew stronger. "Christmas isn't about presents. It's about connection. Feel it now. Reach out with your hearts." A blue glow surrounded Earth. It pushed against the dark cloud of the alien field. "We need more," Miller said. "The fleet is still attacking." "Take us to the mothership," Santa ordered. Miller stared at him. "That's suicide. Trust me, Colonel." Miller set course for the massive alien ship at the center of the fleet. Enemy fire intensified. The ship's hull cracked. Air hissed from small breaches. "Weapons ready," Miller said. "What little we have left. We don't need weapons." Santa placed his hands on the ship's control panel. Blue energy flowed from his fingers. "We need belief." The blue glow around Earth surged upward. It enveloped their small ship. The alien attacks passed through it without effect. "What's happening?" Miller asked. "Christmas spirit," Santa said. "Powered by billions of believers." They approached the mothership, its weapon pointed at Earth, ready to fire. "Now!" Santa shouted. The blue energy shot from their ship into the mothership. It spread through the alien vessel like lightning. Systems overloaded. Explosions rippled across its surface. Their systems can't process pure joy, Dr. Winters realized. It's too much for them. The mothership began to break apart. The rest of the fleet retreated, jumping to light speed. Their own ship limped back to Earth. Santa collapsed into a chair. He looked older, weaker. "Are you okay?" Miller asked. "My powers," Santa said. "I used almost everything I had. It will take years to recover." Earth came into view. The dark cloud was gone. The blue shield faded as it was no longer needed. "We won," Pepper said. "Christmas is saved." Miller's communication panel beeped. A message from Pentagon Command. "Alien fleet retreating." But we intercepted a transmission. It said, "The emotion wars have just begun." Santa looked at Miller. "They'll be back. With something stronger. And we'll be ready," Miller said. "I'm establishing a permanent holiday defense force. Earth needs to prepare." As they descended toward the North Pole, satellite sensors detected something new. An energy signature, unlike anything they'd seen before, approaching from deep space. "Colonel," Pepper called. "You need to see this." Miller looked at the reading. "Is it them? Already?" "No," Santa said quietly. "Something else. Something older." The signal pulsed like a heartbeat, growing stronger as it neared Earth.